Hi, everybody. Um, well, my mother-in-law brought me some books today children's books that she liked. And she said she remembers from her childhood reading. I'm sure it wasn't this book, but Mother Goose climbing up into the rear window of their car. I think she said she thought it was a Studebaker car, but she remembers climbing up in her rear window to read her Mother Goose. So, this is in honor of my mother-in-law, Georgia Dawson, who most of you know. So let's get started. It's kind of a long book because we know there's a ton of Mother Goose tales. So I'm going to split it up into 2 nights instead of just doing it all tonight. So here goes nothing. The Tall Book of Mother Goose. Let's see what the first one is. Girls and boys. Girls and boys, come out to play. The moon doth shine as bright as day. Leave your supper and leave your sleep, and come with your playfellows into the street. Come with a whoop or come with a call. Come with goodwill or not at all. Up the ladder and down the wall, a halfpenny roll will serve us all. You find milk, and I'll find flour, and we'll have a pudding in half an hour. Uh-oh, the cat and the fiddle. Now, you guys will have to excuse me because there are some of these that I can hardly do without singing. And as a lot of the girls that were in our Girl Scout troop and Brownies will remember this song. Hey, diddle, diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon, yeah, yeah, yeah. The little dog laughed to see such sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know, I don't have the best singing voice, but it'll do for this type of song. Okay, then we have Little Jack Horner. Little Jack Horner sat in a corner, eating his Christmas pie. He stuck in his thumb and pulled out a plum, and said, "What a good boy am I." Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty together again. I saw a ship a-sailing. I saw a ship a-sailing on the sea, and oh, but it was laden with pretty things for thee. There were comfits in the cabin and apples in the hold. The sails were made of silk, and the masts were made of gold. The 24 sailors that stood between the decks were 24 white mice with chains around their necks. The captain was a duck with a packet on his back, and when the ship began to move, the captain said, "Quack, quack." Wow, look at all those mice on that boat. I don't think I'd want to be on there. Oh, and look, there's an octopus down there. What are little boys made of? Now, this I'm not sure I agree with. What are little boys made of? What are little boys made of? Snips and snails and puppy dog tails. That's what little boys are made of. What are little girls made of? What are little girls made of? Sugar and spice and everything nice. That's what little girls are made of. Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Then up Jack got and home did trot as fast as he could caper. He went to bed and plastered his head with vinegar and brown paper. Ooh, look at him go. Sing a song of sixpence. Sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of rye, 24 blackbirds baked in a pie. When the pie was opened, the birds began to sing. Now wasn't that a dainty dish to set before the king? The king was in his counting house, counting out his money. The queen was in the parlor, eating bread and honey. The maid was in the garden, hanging out the clothes, when down came a blackbird and pecked off her nose. Ow! Mary, Mary, quite contrary. Mary, Mary, quite contrary. How does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids all in a row. Coffee and tea. Molly, my sister, and I fell out, and what do you think it was all about? She loved coffee and I loved tea, and that was the reason we couldn't agree. That's not much of a reason. Curly locks. Curly locks, will you be mine? You shall not wash dishes, nor feed the swine, but sit on a cushion and sew a fine seam, and sup upon strawberries, sugar, and cream. 10 o'clock scholar. A diller, a dollar, a 10 o'clock scholar. What makes you come so soon? You used to come at 10 o'clock, now you come at noon. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, shut the door. 5, 6, pick up sticks. 7, 8, lay them straight. 9, 10, a good fat hen. 11, 12, dig and delve. 13, 14, maids a-courting. 15, 16, maids in the kitchen. 17, 18, maids are waiting. 19, 20, I've had plenty. Simple Simon. Simple Simon met a pieman going to the fair. Said Simple Simon to the pieman, "Let me taste your ware." Said the pieman to Simple Simon, "Show me first your penny." Said Simple Simon to the pieman, "Indeed, I have not any." Simple Simon went a-fishing, angling for a whale. All the water he could find was in his mother's pail. He went to ride a spotted cow that had a little calf. She threw him down upon the ground, which made the people laugh. Simple Simon went to see if plums grew on a thistle. He pricked his fingers very much, which made poor Simon whistle. He went for water with a sieve, but soon it all ran through. And now poor Simple Simon bids you all adieu. Some of these I knew some verses, but not all of them. Little Miss Muffet. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider, who sat down beside her, and frightened Miss Muffet away. Peter, Peter, Pumpkin Eater. Peter, Peter, Pumpkin Eater, had a wife and couldn't keep her. He put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. Once I saw a little bird. Once I saw a little bird come hop, hop, hop. So I cried, "Little bird, will you stop, stop, stop?" I was going to the window to say, "How do you do?" But he shook his little tail, and away he flew. 3 blind mice. 3 blind mice, 3 blind mice, see how they run, see how they run. They all ran after the farmer's wife, who cut off their tails with a carving knife. Did you ever see such a sight in your life as 3 blind mice? Oh, London Bridge. Ooh, this is a long one. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Take a key and lock her up, lock her up, lock her up. Take a key and lock her up, my fair lady. However will we build it up, build it up, build it up? However will we build it up, my fair lady? Build it up with silver and gold, silver and gold, silver and gold. Build it up with silver and gold, my fair lady. Gold and silver I have none, I have none, I have none. Gold and silver I have none, my fair lady. Build it up with needles and pins, needles and pins, needles and pins. Build it up with needles and pins, my fair lady. Pins and needles bend and break, bend and break, bend and break. Pins and needles bend and break, my fair lady. Build it up with wood and clay, wood and clay, wood and clay. Build it up with wood and clay, my fair lady. Wood and clay will wash away, wash away, wash away. Wood and clay will wash away, my fair lady. Build it up with stone so strong, stone so strong, stone so strong. Build it up with stone so strong, my fair lady. Stone so strong will last so long, last so long, last so long. Stone so strong will last so long, my fair lady. That was a long one. Old Mother Hubbard. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to fetch her poor dog a bone. But when she got there, the cupboard was bare, and so the poor dog had none. She went to the baker's to buy him some bread, but when she came back, the poor dog was dead. She went to the joiner's to buy him a coffin, but when she came back, the poor dog was a-laughin'. She took a clean dish to give him some tripe, but when she came back, he was smoking a pipe. She went to the tavern for white wine and red, but when she came back, the dog stood on his head. She went to the grocer's to buy him some fruit, but when she came back, he was playing the flute. She went to the hosier's to buy him some hose, but when she came back, he was dressed in his clothes. She went to the tailor's to buy him a coat, but when she came back, he was riding a goat. She went to the barber's to buy him a wig, but when she came back, he was dancing a jig. She went to the cobbler's to buy him some clothes, but when she came back, he was reading the news. The dame made a curtsy, the dog made a bow. She said, "Your servant." The dog said, "Bow wow." 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again. Why did I let it go? Because it bit my finger so. Which finger did it bite? The little finger on the right. Let's see what the next one is. Jack Sprat. I always liked Jack Sprat. Jack Sprat could eat no fat. His wife could eat no lean. And so betwixt the two of them, they licked the platter clean. Ba, ba, black sheep. Ba, ba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. 1 for my master, 1 for my dame, and 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane. Let's see. Here we go round the mulberry bush. Here we go round the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush. Here we go round the mulberry bush so early in the morning. This is the way we wash our hands, wash our hands, wash our hands. This is the way we wash our hands so early in the morning. This is the way we brush our hair, brush our hair, brush our hair. This is the way we brush our hair so early in the morning. This is the way we go to school, go to school, go to school. This is the way we go to school so early in the morning. Here we go round the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush. Here we go round the mulberry bush so early in the morning. Let's see. I don't know. We'll see how much more I can do. We're about halfway. To market, to market. To market, to market, to buy a fat pig. Home again, jiggity jig. to market, to buy a fat hog. Home again, jiggity jog. To market, to buy a plum bun. Home again, market is done. Pat a cake. Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Roll it and pat it and mark it with a B. And put it in the oven for baby and me. I think that's probably about all I'm going to do tonight. And I'll save the rest for tomorrow. Yeah, I've done more than half of it, so I'll save the rest for tomorrow. So, anyhow, I hope you enjoyed reliving some Mother Goose tales. And have a wonderful evening. And have a good day tomorrow. And we shall see you later. Bye-bye.